Hello, students. So, uh, we are in the online session for the subject of industrial safety. Okay. So, this is the subject which used to come for the branch of structural engineering and mechanical engineering in the post graduation course. Okay. So, yes, here we are studying the industrial safety, and we have already started our lectures, and this is our seventh session, online session for the subject of industrial safety. Okay, so we are now in the module one. We have covered the topics. Topics are connected to, or we can say that they are synchronized with the syllabus of GT. So all the topics that are in the GTU will be covered in our session. Okay, so yes, now we will be proceeding towards our further topics. But storage guidelines maintain at least 3 feet clearance from heating surface, air ducts, heaters, and light. So yes, there should be a distance while moving also, while moving in the industry, while moving in the malls, while moving in the other small industry or any kind of offices where we find air ducts, heaters, lighting fixtures. It is necessary to have a distance of 3 feet clearance from them. It is uh, good for them also and good for us also, because something happens, some unusual happens, then sparkling will takes place. And if the person is nearer to that equipment, then definitely he will catch the fire. And if the storage is nearer to that uh, panel, then obviously the storage will get fire. And unfortunately, if there is an oil placed nearby to it, then it will cause a large explosion. So here we can see that uh, a cylinder is placed near the uh, electric panel, which is the worst kind of a thing. Here we can say that, see that that is the worst kind of thing. So once if the sparkling takes place and it is necessary, we can say once if unfortunately if the sparkling will takes place, then definitely it will have an effect on the cylinder. And as a result of this, as a result of cylinder, the large explosion can take place. The storage of the combustible material in the mechanical room is prohibited, where there are lots of machines, where machine used to takes place, where reciprocating machines are there. There it is necessary to keep the storage of flammable and combustible liquids. Flammable and combustible liquids are having the potential fuel source for fires and are present in almost every work. It is actually a vapor created by the flammable and combustible liquid that ignites the burn. It is important to understand what material is your work area are flammable and combustible, so that you may properly store the elastic store and isolate them from the ignition. So it is necessary that the flammable equipment should be isolated and it should be properly stored. Fire safety electrical issues. So electrical issues are caused by numerous of workplace. Okay. There are numerous causes that can cause the workplace to fire. Faulty electrical equipments, misuse of the equipments produce a heat and spark. If the equipments are not being treated properly, then definitely it will misfunction, and as a result of this, the heat and the sparks will take place, and as a result of this, the ignition will occur. And once the ignition will occur, then obviously the flames will be found and the combustible material will get fired. Examples of the common ignition hazards are overloading circuits, use of the unapproved electrical devices, damaged on warm wiring. Okay, so these are all the examples of the ignition hazard. Electrical fire safety, extension cords. Extension cords are only approved for temporary. They may be only used for a period of 3 days or less. Instead of using the extension cord, contact FP&M to install the permanent wire. When using the extension cord, check that the defaults such as the phrase, brittleness, and broken. Never place the extension cord in the high traffic area where they can be damaged being stepped on or run over. So the moral of this slide is that we need to take proper care while using the extension cords. Extension cords are always used temporarily only. They are not used permanently. The minimum usage, we can say, sorry, the maximum usage of the electrical cords is less than 3 days, and it should not be used with the heavy equipment. So that by heavy equipment, it gets the higher load. So it that can also cause the short circuit or any kind of fire. So it is necessary to use the electrical extension cord properly. Multi-plug strips. Now, it should be only used for the office equipment such as computers, printers, textbooks. Other common items such as microwaves, refrigerators, and common machine must be plugged directly into the wall outlet. These are the requirement by the state fire marshal. Multi-plug should be used. It should have a fuse or circuit breaker, and it should be fuel approved. So here the more of the story, more of this slide is multi-plug strip. It is not. It is only used for the office purpose. For example, computers, they are not used in the our kitchen appliance or any kind of an home use appliance, because it should not get be overloaded, and it should be proper requirement of the state fire marshal, and it should be UL approved. Compartmentalization. Buildings are designed to prevent fire, heat, and smoke from the spreading and beyond location of the origination. origination. Building elements such as firewalls, fire dampers, and the fire doors are required to be designed to seal off one location from the next. This system is called compartmentalization. Means we are just isolating the one part of the building to the another part, so that by doing so, the heat or the fire that has formed in one part will not get transferred into the another part. By doing so, we can isolate the one building from the another. Okay. Compartmentalization increases the safety of evacuating the building occupants, because smoke and the fire are not able to escape into exit passage. Containment of the fire and smoke reduce the property damage and prevent the small fires from growing into the large fire. So this is what the importance of the compartmentalization is, just isolation. We are obstructing the fire. As a result, it will start increasing. Its intensity will not get increased. It will be maintained. It get lowered down, and and slowly it will get stopped. In order for the compartmentalization efforts to be effective, fire barriers must be maintained. This is an important thing that is required to be done in each and every building, in each and every public or residential building or commercial building. Such provisions will prevent the expansion of the fire. As a result, damage will get reduced. Though some damage will occur, but yes, we can prevent the building from having a major disaster. This is a figure of a fire door. Fire doors are designed to withstand fire, heat, and smoke for a period of 20 minutes to 3 hours. Did you know that the corridor office are the fire doors and should have minimum 20 minutes rating? Corridor laboratory doors have the minimum 60-minute rating. Means these are all the laboratory doors are having, it can resist the fire up to 60 minutes. The office doors can resist the fire up to 20 minutes. Fire doors are required be self-closing. They should be self-closing. Fire doors should have a closed door that pulls doors completely shut after the door has been opened. Okay. So this is one requirement of the fire door. Second is have positive latching. A positive latch locks a door into the place, so can open swinging upon freely. So this is how the positive launching will cause easy swinging of the door. So it is very much required to prevent the fire in the offices or any kind of industry. So this is our session. I am Professor Akash Suthar, and we will be meeting in the next session. Thank you. Thanks for attending the session from Professor Akash R. Suthar.